powers.
Hi friends, in our last class we discussed about qualifications, appointment, term and salaries of the governor. Okay, what is the present salary of state governor? 3,50,000 rupees per month. Okay. What is an official residence of governor? Raj Bhavan. Okay. Rashtrapati Bhavan is an official residence of president. Raj Bhavan is an official residence of governor. Okay. Rashtrapati Bhavan is an official residence of president. Raj Bhavan is an official residence of governor. Okay. Next. Let me see what are the powers and functions of governor. Powers and functions of governor. Okay. What are the powers and functions of the governor means? The first one, that is legislative powers. Second one, executive powers. Executive powers. Third one, financial powers. Financial powers. Fourth one, judicial powers. And last one and fifth one, discretionary powers. Which one ma? Discretionary powers. Discretionary powers. Okay. So let me see one by one. The first one is legislative powers of governor. Already in beginning we discussed governor is an integral part of state legislature. Governor is known as third chamber of state legislature. Okay. Legislative assembly. Second, legislative council, and third one, governor. Okay. Legislative assembly, legislative council and governor. It is called as state legislature. So governor is known as third chamber of state legislature. Governor is integral part of state legislature. Governor is integral part of state legislature. Okay. So that according to Article 174, the governor has power arrange legislative assembly meetings and prorogue legislative sessions and dissolve assembly on the advice of chief minister. Under Article 174, governor has to take 3 steps. One is summons state assembly session. Summons means arrange. Okay. Prorogue means postpone. Prorogue means postpone. According to Article 174, governor has power arrange assembly session and prorogue assembly sessions. Not only these two, under same article, governor has power dissolve the legislative assembly on the advice of chief minister. On the advice of chief minister. Okay. On the advice of CM, chief minister. Right now. One more thing. Another one. Without recommendation of or without advice of chief minister, the governor not at all having any power dissolve the assembly. The governor never dissolve legislative council. President has power dissolve the Lok Sabha on the advice of Prime Minister. No one dissolve the Rajya Sabha in India because Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. According to Article 174, the governor has power dissolve the legislative assembly on the advice of CM. The governor not at all having any power dissolve the legislative council. Sir, is council is permanent? No. Legislative council is not permanent like Rajya Sabha. Okay. According to Article 169, Parliament has power, creates or abolish legislative council on the recommendation of concerned state assembly. Okay. So, here only governor has power dissolve the assembly on the advice of CM, means chief minister. Okay. Now next one, another one. Article 171, Article 333, both are there. Okay. Article 171, Article 333. According to Article 171, the governor has power nominate 1/6 members to council on the advice of CM. According to Article 171, the governor has power. Nominate 1/6 members to legislative council on the advice of CM, who have lot of experience in the fields of art, literature, social service and science and technology. Okay. Governor nominate how many members? 1/6 members out of total members of legislative council. On whose recommendation, on whose advice the governor nominate 1/6 members to council means chief minister. These 1/6 members should be experts in the fields of, one is art, second one is art, second one is social service, third one is literature, fourth one is science and technology. Okay. And one more thing, Article 333 there. According to Article 333, the governor has power nominate one Anglo-Indian to the legislative assembly on the advice of CM, chief minister. Okay. According to Article 171, the governor nominate 1/6 members to council on the advice of CM. According to Article 333, governor nominate one Anglo-Indian to assembly on the advice of CM. Okay, this is one more legislative power of governor. Next one, ordinance. In India, just only two persons having issuing ordinance. One is president, second one is governor. According to Article 123, president has power issue an ordinance in the absence of parliament session on the advice of Prime Minister and Cabinet Ministers. Now, according to Article 213, the governor has power issue an ordinance in the absence of assembly sessions on the advice of CM, Chief Minister. An ordinance, nothing but law. Okay, an ordinance nothing but law. Ordinance period is 6 months. Ordinance period is 6 months. Ordinance maximum period is 7.5 months. Maximum period is 7.5 months. Period is 6 months. Maximum period is 7.5 months. 7.5 months. Okay. When it become an act, means within 6 weeks, State Legislative Assembly should accept an ordinance within 6 weeks from the day of Assembly session begins. Not from the day of issuing an ordinance. From the day of Assembly session begin. So how many days? That is 6 weeks. Ordinance maximum period is 7.5 months. Ordinance period is 6 months, only 6 months. Right? So this is ordinance. According to Article 213, the governor has power issue an ordinance on the written recommendation of CM. Okay? In the absence of assembly session. Right? Next one. Governor signature is compulsory on bill to become an act. Okay. According to Constitution, the President's signature is compulsory to become an act. Governor's signature compulsory to become an act. Here, the governor's signature is compulsory on the bill to become an act which is passed by State Assembly. Okay. First we introduce an ordinary bill in Assembly. After that, that bill comes to Council. Both houses of state legislature accepted a bill. That bill goes to Raj Bhavan for signature on the bill. Governor 100% satisfied the bill which is passed in legislature. Immediately he signed on the bill. Suppose governor identified some mistakes in the bill. Okay? some provisions of the bill not good for people, then definitely governor has to refer that bill to assembly for reconsideration. The state legislative assembly may rectify the mistakes of the bill or not. Purely depends upon state legislature only. The legislature may follow advices of governor regarding the mistakes of the bill. Otherwise, they leave them. Okay. But second time also, governor send that bill to assembly for reconsideration. Second time also state assembly refused. Okay, second time also state legislative assembly accepted same bill without change any provision and sent to the governor. Two times governor sent to assembly for reconsideration of the bill. Two times state assembly adopted same bill without change any provision of the bill. In this situation, governor should sign on the bill, that is mandatory. Once the bill second time come from state legislature, the governor's signature is must. Governor signature is must. Okay. Next one. Once the governor signed on the bill, it become an act. It become an act. Okay. Now next one. Another one. Executive powers. Already in introduction I told you very clearly. In parliamentary system, two executives there. One is nominal executive. Second one is real executive. One is nominal executive. Second one is real executive. Governor enjoys nominal executive powers. Chief Minister and ministers enjoy the real executive powers. At the center, President enjoys nominal executive powers. Prime Minister and ministers enjoys real executive powers. Okay. So, governor ultimately enjoys only nominal executive powers. Which one ma? Nominal executive powers. Right. Another one. Next one. What are the executive powers of governor? The state governor appoint the CM on the basis of leader of the majority party. According to Article 164 Clause 1. According to Article 164 Clause 1. The governor appoint the chief minister on the basis of leader of the majority party. On the basis of leader of the majority party. The governor makes some other appointments on the advice of CM. Governor should not make any appointment without advice of chief minister. Governor makes all the appointments on the advice of only chief minister. That's it. Okay. Here, governor appoint the state ministers. Governor appoints state ministers. Governor appoints state ministers. Next one. Governor is the Chancellor of State Universities. Governor is the Chancellor of State Universities. Chancellor of State Universities. So that Governor appoint Vice Chancellors of State Universities. You are Chancellor of all the universities of state. For example, in Telangana, Usmania University, Kakatiya University, Mahatma Gandhi University, Palamuru University, etc. In Andhra Pradesh, some other universities there, like Sri Krishna Devaraya, okay, Venkateshwara University, Padmavati Women University, okay, and some other NG Ranga University, some other universities there. Bishwabhushan Harichandan is present Chancellor of Andhra Pradesh State Universities. Tamilisai Soundararajan is present Chancellor of Telangana State Universities. Because they are governor, so automatically they are chancellors of state universities. So you appoint vice chancellors of each university. That is your one more executive power. Another one, SC Commission, ST Commission, both are there. SC Commission, ST Commission. State SC and ST commissions there. National SC Commission, National ST commissions there. Same like that. State level SC Commission, ST commissions there. Governor appoints chairman and members of state SC and ST commissions. Okay. Next one. Governor appoints state backward class commission chairman and members. Governor appoints chairman and members of State Human Rights Commission, SHRC. Okay. National Human Rights Commission there. State Human Rights Commission there. Governor absolutely appoint the chairman and members of State Human Rights Commission. Okay. Not only this one, governor appoints state finance commission. Governor appoints state finance commission chairman and members for every 5 years. For every 5 years. Another one, governor appoints Advocate General of State. Attorney General is in India. Advocate General is in state. Okay. So, on the advice of CM, the governor appoints State Advocate General. Governor appoints district court judges. Governor appoints State Election Commissioner. Present in Telangana, State Election Commissioner Pardasarathi. Present State Election Commissioner in Andhra Pradesh, Neelam Sahan. Who appointed them? Governor. On whose advice? CM, Chief Minister. Okay. Governor appoint Lokayukta. Governor appoint Upalokayukta. Okay. Not only these, governor make some other appointments. One is the governor appoint the chairman and members of state official language commission. Okay. So these are executive powers of state governor. Okay. He make all the appointments. On whose advice? CM. That's it. Now we come to third one, that is financial powers. Which one? Financial powers. What are the financial powers of governor? Means every year budget sessions there. Budget sessions there. According to Constitution, governor has power, begins assembly budget sessions. Budget sessions, monsoon session, winter sessions, there. Okay. But according to Constitution, governor only begins budget session. Okay. President begins parliament budget session. Governor begins assembly budget sessions. Okay. State budget article, that is 202. Okay. Union budget article is 112. State budget article 202. Okay. According to Constitution, state finance minister introduce budget firstly in assembly, later on it goes to council. State finance minister introduce budget firstly in assembly with prior permission of governor, not without permission of governor. The prior permission of governor is compulsory, mandatory. Without his permission, the governor, without permission of the governor, the finance minister should not introduce annual budget in assembly. Is it clear, ma? Next. Budget word is not in our constitution. Budget word is not in our constitution. But in general we are using budget word. In general we are using budget word. Budget. Instead of budget word, our constituent assembly members used annual financial statement. Which one, ma? Annual financial statement. Annual financial statement. Okay. Annual financial statement. Next one. Another financial power of governor. In the state also, two funds there. One is state consolidated fund. Next one, state contingency fund. Okay. State consolidated fund, state contingency fund, both are there. Okay. State consolidated fund is under the control of state government. Okay. Consolidated fund of state is under the control of governor. Consolidated fund of India, contingency fund of India, both are there. Same like that in state, consolidated fund, contingency fund, both are there. Okay. So that 100% State consolidated fund is under the control of state government. State contingency fund is under the control of governor. The governor has power spend money from contingency fund of state for the sake of victims whenever the state government said helpless. In normal conditions, in general times, only the state government to look after welfare of the people. Okay. But whenever the natural calamities comes, like floods, tsunami, okay, floods, tsunami, cyclones, earthquakes, etc. Most of the people lost lives. Some crores rupees properties may be lost. That is huge loss. Who saved them? Who provides at least minimum needs to them? Means shelter, drinking water, medicine, etc. Okay. But one thing, the government raised hands, we are helpless. During that time, in that situation, the governor come forward and spend money from contingency fund of state for the sake of victims. For the sake of victims. Okay. Next one. Finance Commission is there. Finance Commission is there. State Finance Commission Article 243 Clause I. 243 Clause I. According to Article 243 Clause I, State Finance Commission is in our state. Every 5 years, 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 the state governor appoints Finance Commission. Okay. The state governor appoints Finance Commission for every 5 years, so that Finance Commission gives annual report to the governor. Finance Commission of India submit their annual report to President. State Finance Commission submit annual report to the state governor. The governor has to verify each and every provision of the report. Later on, the governor has to send that report to the assembly, means state legislature. Okay. So, these are financial powers of state government. Now we come to fourth one, that is judicial powers. What are the judicial powers of governor? That is, first one, Article 161, you remember. Article 161. According to Article 161, the governor has power granting pardon, remission, reprieve and respite to offended people who punished the court. But one thing, the court punishment may be reduced, the court punishment may be postponed, The court punishment may be cancelled. The court punishment nature may be changed from death sentence to lifelong jail punishment. Punishment, but nature changed. Nature of punishment changed. So, here, entered in India, only the president has power, granting pardon on death sentence. Governor also having granting pardon, remission, reprieve and respite, etc. But governor not at all having any power regarding the death sentence punishment, except that one remaining the punishments, governor take a decision. Is it clear, ma'am? Next. Governor grants in pardon, remission, reprieve and respite, but condition apply, that is on the written recommendation of Chief Minister and ministers. Chief Minister and ministers. Written recommendation. Okay. So this is another one. Next one. High Court to Chief Justice take oath of office in the presence of High Court to Chief Justice take oath of office in the presence of governor only. Governor take oath of office in the presence of High Court Chief Justice. High Court Chief Justice take oath of office in the presence of governor only. Okay. Now next one. In district court judges there, the governor has power appoint some judges of district courts. Okay. So these are judicial powers of governor. Next one and last one, discretionary powers. Entered in India, only two persons having discretionary powers. One is president, second one is governor. Discretionary powers means to take own decision. Take own decision. What are the discretionary powers of governor? Number one, governor take own decisions during the period of president's rule. Okay. Governor take own decision during the period of president's rule. Okay. Next one. Another one. According to Constitution, the governor has to power take own decision regarding the appointment of CM. But in general, according to Article 164, the governor has the power appoint the CM on the basis of leader of the majority party. Just now I told you, at executive powers. Okay. Suppose no one party secured absolute majority to form the government. Some parties may not come forward to togetherly form the government. In such situations, the governor has power. The governor has power. Take own decision. Governor has power. Take own decision. Regarding what? Appoint the CM. That Chief Minister has to prove the majority in assembly within 1 week or 10 days, whatever the governor advised you. Governor gives a little bit time to prove the majority in assembly. within that stipulated period, the chief minister has to introduce confidence motion in assembly. The assembly should accept confidence motion with a simple majority, then only the CM continues in office, otherwise he will lose office. So these are discretionary powers of governor. Okay, none. So this is governor topic. Governor powers 5. One is legislative powers, second one is executive powers, third one is financial powers, fourth one is judicial powers, third one, last one, fifth one is discretionary powers. Okay? So this is governor powers and functions. Right, Nana?